So today we are celebrating somehow or other it's frozen. The appearance day, glorious appearance day of Lord Nityananda. And so we're going to be speaking. First we're going to chant the Nityananda Nishta. Someone can get the songbook for me. Nityananda Nishta. All righty. And just no instruments with this, just the guitar. Right. How long does this class go for? Okay, this would be a problem. I have to end at 7:15 because I got a GBC meeting at 7:30. So just to let you know. So the greeting of the deeds is at 7:30 then. Okay. So someone else will have to take up from there. Actually, that's better like this. Nitai Padakamala Koti Chandra Susi Tala Yechaya Jagachuja Hoy Nitai Padakamala Koti Chandra Susitala Yechaya Jagachura Eno Niche Vine Pai Radha Krishna Pai Te Nai Drida Kore Daro Nitai Bagai Eno Nitai Vine Pai Radha Krishna Pai Te Nai Drida Kore Daro Nitai Pai Say Sambandha Naya Rita Janma Gailaka Say Pashu Baro Raja Say Sambandha Naya Rita Janma Say Pashu Baro Raja Nitana Bulilo Muke Bajilo Samsara Suke Vidyakule Kiko Vetara Nitana Bulilo Bajilo Samsara Suke Vidyakule Kiko Vetara Angara Mata Hoya Nitai Pada Pasaria Atsachere Sachakuri Mane Angara Mata Hoya Nitai Pada Pasaria Asachere Sachakori Mani Nijaya Kuruna Koyebe Raji Radha Krishna Boyebe Daro Nijaya Charana Tugane Nijaya Kuruna Boyebe Raji Radha Krishna Boyebe Daro Nijaya Charana Dukane Nijaya Charada Satya Tahara Sevaka Nijaya Nijaya Pada Sara Guru Asha Nijaya Charana Satya Tahara Sevaka Nitya Nitya Pada Sada Guru Asha Narottama Varuduke Nitya Korosuke Asachere Sachakori Mane. No. I'm sorry. I moved my songbook. Narottama Varuduke Nitya More Korosuke Rakaranga Charane Rapasha Narottama Varuduke Nitya More Korosuke Rakaranga Charane Rapasha Nitya Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Susi Chala Yechaya Jakatura Nitya Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Susi Chala Yechaya Jagatura Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravatikacharya All Suddhara Satashi Shimad His Divine Grace Abhaya Chandananda Bhaktivedanta Goswami Srila Prabhupada ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Dantakoti Vaishnava Vrindaikacharya Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhakta Vrindaikacharya Shri Shri Radhakrishna Gopi Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Vrindavanam Ki Jai Mathuram Ki Jai Jagannath Swami Ki Jai Yamunamai Ki Jai Srimati Lasidevi Ki Jai Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Gaur Premananda Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pastaya Budale. Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Samariti Namani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pacharani. Nivashesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dejatardi. So we'll read the translation. In this material world which is progressing toward hell, there's always a blazing fire and everyone is struggling hard without finding peace. Therefore, if the world wants to have real peace, it should take shelter under the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, which are cooling like the shining of millions of moons. Unless one takes shelter under the shade of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, it will be very difficult to approach Radha Krishna. Anyone who does not establish the relationship with Lord Nityananda is simply spoiling their boon of a human birth in the animal propensities of sense gratification. Never saying the names of Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya, they become absorbed in so-called material enjoyment, and their academic education and birth in a high family or great nation will not protect them at the time of death. They have become maddened by a false sense concept of bodily life, and thus they have forgotten their eternal relationship with Lord Nityananda. Such forgetful persons accept the illusory energy as factual. When you achieve the mercy of Lord Nityananda, then you will be able to approach Radha Krishna. Firmly catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. The lotus feet of Lord Nityananda are not illusion. They are a fact, and anyone who engages in the transcendental loving service of Lord Nityananda immediately achieves their transcendental position on the spiritual platform, which is eternal and blissful. Therefore, always try to catch the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Narottam Das Thakur says, "My dear Lord Nityananda, I am very unhappy, and I am praying to you to make me happy. Please keep me in a corner of your lotus feet." So, Narottam Das Thakur ki jai. Just one interesting thing here in the translation. Just anyone who engages in the transcendental loving service of the Lord Nityananda, immediately, there's the operative word, achieves their transcendental position on the spiritual platform. Wow. It's a shortcut. Okay, so we'll start with the class. So, okay, again, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. So, Magana Timiranda Shah Gananshana Shlakaya Chakshur Meditam Yena Tosmai Shigurave Namaha. So we're going to start just by reading from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 5, text 5. And this chapter is entitled, The Glories of Lord Nityananda Balaram. We're just going to read one verse here, and then we're going to go into a description of Lord Nityananda's pastimes and life, and ontological position. So, text 5, Eka E, okay, that's good. Sarupa Don Hai, Bina Matra Koi, Ajakoi Vyuha Krishna, Lilara Sahaya. These two are one and the same identity, that is Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya. They differ only in form. Lord Balaram is the first bodily expansion of Krishna, and he assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. And purport, by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Balaram is a Swamsa expansion of the Lord. Swamsa means he's on the same, he's an expansion, but he's Swa. He's on the same platform. Advaita Chuta Anadir Anantarupam Adim Purana Purusham Lavayovanam Cha. Anyway. So we are Vivinamsa. We are Amsa, but we are separated expansions of the Lord. part and parcel. And therefore, there is no difference in potency between Krishna and Balaram. The only difference is in their bodily structure. As the first expansion of Godhead, Balaram is the chief deity among the first quadruple forms. Quadruple means Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. And he is the foremost assistant of Sri Krishna in his transcendental activities. So that's the description of the ontological position of Balaram. Balaram is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, non-different from Krishna, but for pastime's sake, Krishna expands himself in various ways. And his first expansion is Balaram Nityananda. Balaram is non-different from Lord Nityananda, Balaram Hoila Nitai. So, he's considered to be the original Sankarshan. And he has, according to the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he has five different forms that are expansions. Maha Sankarshan, of course that's the Maha Vishnu. Karanadakshay Vishnu. Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Shirodakshay Vishnu, he's the one who resides in the shore of the ocean of milk. And Shesha, who renders personal service. And we already described the four quadruple forms of Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. Of course, Balaram is Sankarshan, original Sankarshan. And he serves the Supreme Personality of Godhead in various ways, according to the Chaitanya Charitamrita, as his umbrella, bed, thread, pillow, temple, singasana. So really, in one sense, we're sitting on Balaram right now. That's why Bandira Marjanado, service to the temple, cleaning the temple, is service to Balaram. And Prabhupada said it's equivalent to deity service. And of course, in other appearances of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he appears in the appearance of Lord Rama, he appears as Lakshman, and of course the other brothers are Bharat and Shatrughna. So, in this particular appearance, the Lord Nityananda Balaram, appeared in a place called Radhadesh, and his father's name was Hadai Pandit. His mother's name was Padmavati. He appeared approximately in the year 1474, and his father gave him a name Nitai. So he was 12 years older than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this world, he knew that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, and he actually roared loudly. And everybody was wondering, where does that roaring come from? And they says, from that Lord Nityananda, because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. So as a young boy, he was recounting his pastimes and past appearances in this world. And just like Krishna recounted his pastimes when Krishna was getting ready to take rest at night, and Yashoda was reading him some stories about the Ramayana. Krishna, one particular point, when Yashoda got to the point of Lord Ram killing Ravan, Krishna jumped up on his bed and he said, "Kill that rascal!" And Yashoda was shocked at that. So in the same way, Lord Nityananda used to play games when he was young. And such games like the appearance of Krishna, he had devotees play the part. Not just him, but his friends used to play these games in Ekachakra. They played the parts of Vasudeva and Devaki. Someone played the part of Putana, cart demon, the butter thief. Krishna, Kaliya serpent, Talavan forest, Bakasura, Agasura. It's quite an interesting childhood. And Kamsa being killed, and even the intimate pastimes of the gopis crying. So, there's one interesting story recounted in the Chaitanya Mangal and the Chaitanya Bhagavat, is that once upon a time, they were enacting the pastimes of Lord Ramchandra, and during these particular pastimes, Indrajit, but Ravana's son, fired the Shakti Shila weapon at Lakshman. And Lakshman was rendered unconscious, and Lord Ram was pretty upset at this. And so during this particular pastime, of course, ultimately, they had to go and get the Mrityu Sanjeevani from the Gandhav and the mountains in the Himalayas. So, but during the enactment of these pastimes, Lord Nityananda fainted, and everyone thought he's in danger. They were thinking he's going to die. And then the devotees recounted that Lord Nityananda had given them the instructions that if I ever do this, you should have one devotee play the part of Hanuman and fly to the Gandhamana mountains and bring back the Mrityu Sanjeevani. So, when he was 12 years old, something very unusual happened. And this is also reminiscent of the time when Visvamitra Muni came to see Dasarath and asked for Lord Ram. So a sannyasi came to their home, and the sannyasi said, to Hadai Pandit's home, of course, and the sannyasi said, I don't have any brahmachari servant. So in those days, the householders, they had to do whatever the sannyasi said. And if they asked for their house, or of course they wouldn't ask for the house, they wouldn't be a sannyasi then. So if they asked for their child, they'd have to give them the child. Oh my God. Only the sons. Anyway. So that's why Daksha ultimately had some daughters. So anyway, so a sannyasi came and said, I don't have any brahmachari servants. Give me your son. So at 12 years of age, Lord Nityananda left home. And he traveled with the sannyasi for some time. So of course, you may say this is very cruel that the Lord in his pastimes leaves his loving parents. But you actually see this is reflected in many of the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of God in his various appearances. Same thing happened in Lord Ram's pastimes, and Dasarath actually passed away in separation. And even Krishna, I mean, his parents couldn't enjoy his childhood. So this mood of Vipralamba is very much stressed by the Supreme Personality of God, and it enhances one's devotion. So he kept traveling. After a while, he left the sannyasi. He was quite renounced. At a very short time, he left the sannyasi, even though he's only 12, 13 years old. And he went to this place called Pandarapura, where he met Lakshmi Pati Tirtha. And he was initiated by him. And Lakshmi Pati Tirtha is the guru of Madhavendra Puri. And Lakshmi Pati Tirtha, before he initiated Lord Nityananda, had dreams of Balaram. So for 20 years, he went on pilgrimage. He went to Gaya, Vrindavan, Hastinapur, Dwarka, Ayodhya, and he went to the place where this Nishada used to live during the Lord Ram's pastimes. His name was Guhaka. Guhaka was the Nishada, that means the lower class friend of Lord Ramchandra, who went to Gurukul with them, who helped Lord Ramchandra cross the Ganges River. I mean, there's a whole story about that in the Ramayana. So then when he fainted, because he was so attached, feeling separation from even a Nishada devotee. I mean, Nishada means like lower than even Shudra, probably like Mlecha, etc., like that. Then he went to Shri Parvata, the mountain, and there, guess who cooked for him? Parvati. Then he went to Badarik Ashram and had association with Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva showed him some hospitality. And after that, he had a discussion with Buddhists. So he asked the Buddhists a question, and they could not answer his philosophical question. So what did he do? He kicked them. That's mercy. So Lord Nityananda is very funny, and he's very merciful. Finally, he met Madhavendra Puri, and he was not Madhavendra Puri's godbrother. So they both met, and they both fainted and cried for many days and nights. Their associates couldn't understand what was happening. And then he went to Jagannath Puri, and he saw Lord Jagannath, and Lord Jagannath manifested 4 arms in front of Lord Nityananda. And then he waited, went to Vrindavan, and there's this particular place at Radhakund, which is called the Nityananda Baitak. Those of you who've gone to Radhakund with us will remember this. I don't know if anyone here. That Lord Nityananda rested there, or sat there, and chanted on the banks of the Radhakund, waiting till Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested his pastimes. Lord Chaitanya was already there, but he didn't manifest his Sankirtan pastimes until he was initiated by Sri Ishwara Puri. Before that, he was absorbed in his pastimes as a logical professor, a professor of Sanskrit. And when he took initiation from Ishwara Puri, he became completely ecstatic. And then Lord Nityananda went to Mayapur, and he came to Nandanacharya's house, which is at the periphery of Sridham Mayapur. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew that Lord Nityananda had arrived in Sridham Mayapur. And Lord Chaitanya said, Balaram has come, so you should all go out and try to find him. So they were going out everywhere, and they couldn't find him. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of course, knew where Lord Nityananda was, so he led all the devotees to Nandanacharya's house, and they had an ecstatic kirtan. And then he decided to do the Vyasa Puja of Lord Nityananda. And Lord Nityananda, in the middle of the Vyasa Puja, grabbed all the articles that were meant to worship him and started to worship Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur were the originators of the door-to-door Sankirtan. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Lord Nityananda and Haridas to preach door-to-door. And of course, as they were preaching door-to-door, Lord Nityananda, this is a wonderful story, of course you all know that story, how Lord Nityananda saw Jagaya and Madai, and he decided to give his mercy. The reason he decided to give his mercy because he wanted to glorify Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He thought that if these 2 rascals can be liberated and given the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it will actually glorify my Lord. So, of course, the first time they tried to do it, and basically they had to run away. Second time, then you had Madai hit Lord Nityananda on the forehead, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came with a Sudarshan chakra, and Lord Nityananda still begged for their forgiveness, and they were forgiven, and eventually they became great devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and given the service of constructing this ghat on the side of the Ganges, which is called the Madai Ghat. You can go there today and see that. Ghat means bathing place. So then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Lord Nityananda to go, when they were in Jagannath Puri in 1511, Lord Chaitanya asked Lord Nityananda to go to Bengal from Puri. And then he went to this place called Saptagram and liberated all the untouchables and outcasts. And later on, even though he was acting as an avaduta, he gave up his avaduta status and got married. And he had 2 wives, Vasudha and Janava, and Vasudha had 2 children. Vasudha passed away at an early age, and Janava raised the children and initiated the children and became a very famous guru in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So that proves that ladies, or Vaishnavis, can actually become gurus. So, let's go back to Navadvip. In Navadvip, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tested Srivas Thakur to see if Srivas Thakur had faith in Lord Nityananda. So he said to Srivas Thakur, because Lord Nityananda was actually going to Srivas Thakur's house quite often, he said, "Why are you taking care of this Lord Nityananda, this Nitai? Nobody knows his background." And Srivas Thakur ultimately said that even if Lord Nityananda goes or enters into a liquor store, or even if Lord Nityananda marries a Muslim girl, I will not be deterred from my faith in Lord Nityananda. So, also in Navadvip, there's the story of Sachi Devi dreaming that she enters the deity room and she sees Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya fighting and Krishna Balaram fighting at the same time. There's the famous story of Lord Nityananda and the dacoits. Once upon a time, Lord Nityananda was visiting Navadvip. This is after Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. And what's that? Oh, greetings will be on time. Okay, phew. Okay, so getting back to the story. So Lord Nityananda, being an avaduta, he's usually dressed in a lot of opulent clothing and jewelry. So there were a bunch of dacoits who thought, we're going to steal from him. And we're going to wait till the evening, till everybody's resting. So they got ready, and they worshiped the goddess Durga in her form of Bhadrakali. And then the first night, they actually just fell asleep because they were just planning the whole time, you know, so much money will be mine, so much more, a little bit will be yours, you know, dividing, like Prabhupada would say, the thieves want to say they're going to divide the loot up honestly, which is kind of funny. It's a contradiction, you know. Let's be honest, Prabhu, and distribute the stolen goods. So, anyway, so the second night, they came back and they found all these Vaikuntha soldiers guarding, you know, like 10 feet tall, chanting Hare Krishna. And they thought, well, we better wait a while. Third time they came back and started to rain like pus, blood, you know, God knows what else was coming from the sky. And they were blinded and they fell in the ditches. And then the head dacoit realized, I better surrender to Lord Nityananda. So he became a great devotee. He surrendered to Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda forgave him. Lord Nityananda is so merciful that he'll forgive someone even if that person wants to rob him. Not that you should want to do that. So, okay. So finally, Lord Nityananda did pass away from this world, left this world, by entering into the deity of Banking Roy in Ekachakra. And later on, there was the deity of Janava and Vasudha installed next to Lord Nityananda. So, let's read a little bit from the Chaitanya Bhagavata about Lord Nityananda's childhood pastimes and pilgrimage journey. So we don't have much time. I'm just going to skip over. This is his childhood. Some of the things I described before. Okay. Concealing his true identity, Lord Nityananda happily played with the other boys. Playing games with the other boys, Lord Nityananda imitated Lord Krishna's pastimes. They never played games that were not imitations of the Lord's pastimes. The boys pretended they were the council of demigods. One boy pretended he was the earth goddess, presented an appeal. After hearing the earth's prayers, the boys would go to the riverbank, and there they would offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One boy, pretending he was the Supreme Personality of Godhead, would say, "I will take birth in Mathura Gokula." Some evenings, Lord Nityananda and the boys would enact the marriage of Vasudeva and Devaki. Making a prison room late at night, they enacted Lord Krishna's birth when no one was awake. They created a Gokul, took Krishna there, and then tricked Kamsa by giving him Mahamaya. One day, Lord Nityananda dressed one boy as Putana. Another boy climbed on his chest, pretending to drink Putana's breast. One day, Lord Nityananda and the boys made a cart out of reeds, and then tore it to pieces. Accompanied by the boys, Lord Nityananda entered unseen into a milkman's house and stole from him. The boys never left Lord Nityananda and returned to their homes. Day and night they played with him. The boys' parents never rebuked Lord Nityananda. Rather, they affectionately embraced him. They all said, "We have never seen anything like these glorious games. How does a small boy know so much about Lord Krishna's pastimes?" One day, making a Kaliya serpent out of leaves, he went to the water with all the boys. The boys jumped up and then fell down unconscious. Then Lord Nityananda brought them back to life. Another day, Lord Nityananda and the boys went to Talavan and killed Dhenukasura and ate the tal fruits. Accompanied by the boys, Lord Nityananda played games where he killed Bakasura, Agasura, and Vatsasura. We talked about all this. We're going to skip some of the things here. Let me just go ahead. Here, there's actually so much here, information about Lord. Okay. Actually, basically what I said. This is about Lord Nityananda's traveling around to the holy places. Then Lord Nityananda went to Ayodhya city. Seeing Lord Ramchandra's birthplace, he wept many tears. Then he went to King Guhaka Chandala's kingdom. There, Lord Nityananda fell into a deep trance. Simply by remembering the king Guhaka Chandala, remember he's a Chandala Nishada, Lord Nityananda remained in a blissful trance for 3 days. There's so much information here. Wait, so this we talked about many of these things already. Oh, hey, this is about a story meeting with Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri could not leave Lord Nityananda's company. Again and again, he enjoyed pastimes with Lord Nityananda. Madhavendra Puri said, "I have never seen this kind of spiritual love. Wherever this love is present, all the holy places stay. Now I know that Lord Krishna is merciful to me. Now I have a friend like Nityananda. If Nityananda is present, then any place becomes Vaikuntha and all holy places. Whoever hears from a devotee like Nityananda will certainly attain Lord Krishna. Whoever has even a single sesame of hatred for Nityananda will not, even though he may be a devotee of Krishna, be dear to Krishna." Day and night, Madhavendra Puri spoke about Lord Nityananda. In this way, his heart was filled with love for him. Lord Nityananda considered Madhavendra Puri his spiritual master. He did not think of anyone else in this way. Overcome with love for Lord Krishna, these two great souls did not know whether it was day or night. After staying with Madhavendra Puri for some days, Lord Nityananda went to Setubandhu. That's where the bridge was to Lanka. Madhavendra Puri went to see the Sarayu. Overcome with love for Lord Krishna, Lord Nityananda and Madhavendra Puri, we actually read this. Actually, persons who hear how Lord Nityananda and Madhavendra Puri saw each other will become wealthy with love for Lord Krishna. Tasting the nectar of Lord Krishna, Lord Nityananda traveled for some days and finally came to Setubandhu. We talked about that. The Lord bathed in Dhenu Tirtha, then went to Rameshwaram and Vijayanagara. After seeing Mayapuri, Avanti, and the Godavari, the Lord went to Jayada Nrsimhapuri. After seeing Tirumala and Lord Kurma's sacred place, that's Kurmakshetra, Lord Nityananda went to see Lord Jagannath, the moon of Nilachal. In the vision, he saw the four-handed, blissful Lord Jagannath surrounded by his devotees. Seeing this vision, his bodily hairs stood erect, and again Lord Nityananda fainted. Again, he became aware of the external world, and then again he fell to the ground. He trembled and perspired. The hairs of his body stood erect. He shed tears, he fell to the ground, he loudly called out, "Who can understand Lord Nityananda's ecstatic symptoms of love?" In this way, Lord Nityananda stayed in Jagannath Puri. After seeing Jagannath Puri, he went to Ganga Sagara, that means where the Ganges hit the ocean. Who can describe Lord Nityananda's visit to the holy places? Only by the Lord's mercy I am able to write a little about them. From then, he stayed always in Vrindavan. Overcome with love for Lord Krishna, he did not know whether it was day or night. He did not eat. Sometimes he drank milk if it was given to him. Concealing his true identity, Lord Chaitanya now stays in Navadvip. This thought entered Lord Nityananda's mind. He thought, when he openly reveals his true opulences, then I will go and serve him. With this thought in his mind, Lord Nityananda did not leave Vrindavan and go to Navadvip. Again and again he enjoyed pastimes in the Yamuna's waters. He would play games with the boys in the forest of Vrindavan. Although he is the all-powerful Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Nityananda did not give to others Vishnu Bhakti, that is devotional service to Lord Vishnu. Only when Lord Chaitanya openly manifested himself would Lord Nityananda, on his order, enjoy the pastimes of giving to others devotional service. Interesting, isn't it? He's following that etiquette, even though he's the elder brother. But ontologically, we understand that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in a superior, or manifesting a superior position. Can't say he's in a superior position because they're both the same. But he's manifesting a superior understanding. The devotees of the Lord do not do anything without Lord Chaitanya's order. Neither do they feel that they have become unimportant because they act in that way. So even Lord Nityananda, he's Balaram. So without Lord Chaitanya's order, he wouldn't do anything. So also without Srila Prabhupada's order, we should not do anything. Ananta, Shiva, Brahma, and all the demigods carefully follow Lord Chaitanya's order in their duties of creation and destruction. These thoughts make sinners become unhappy at heart. True Vaishnavas always try to avoid seeing such sinners. Still, Lord Nityananda directly looks at every living being in all the worlds. He gives them a great wealth of love for Lord Krishna. In fact, Lord Nityananda, he dealt with, saved, and preached to the most fallen classes of people, even from the material estimation. Whereas Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was generally preaching to very, very educated people, at least people who were considered a higher class. I mean, of course, Prakashananda Saraswati, even though he was a low-class Mayavadi, he was considered by society's estimation to be high class. But Lord Nityananda didn't even consider anything to do with class when he was dealing with people. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, generally, he was preaching to people of very educated, maturely understood, high class. Okay, on that happy note, all glories to Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda ki jai.
Adipurusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Namaham Buddha Sundaranga Kandar Ako Vikamaniya Vishesha Shobha Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Andani Yasa Sakalem Priya Priti Manti Lasyan Vipan Vikayanti Jiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami 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 Govindam
Karuna Boundary Jana Nitai Gorachandra Karuna Boundary Jana Nitai Gorachandra Saba Avatara Saroshiramane Kevala Ananda Kanda Sava Avatara Sarashiramani Kevala Ananda Kanda Bajo Bajo Bai Chaitanya Nitai Surida Vishvasakori Bajo Bajo Bai Chaitanya Nitai Surida Vishvasakori Vishayacharya Sera Semajiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Vishayacharya Sera Semajiya Mukhe Bolo Hare Hare Deko Ore Bai Tribhuvane Nai Emana Doyala Datta Deko Ore Bai Tribhuvane Nai Emana Doyala Datta Pashupake Jure Pashana Vidare Shuni Jaraguna Gata Pashupake Jure Pashana Vidare Shuni Jaraguna Gata Samsare Majia Rohili Poriya Sepadena hilo asha. Samsare majia, rohili paria, sepadena hilo asha. Apanakarama bunjaye samana, kohoye lochana dasa. Apanakarama bunjaye samana, kohoye lochana dasa. Nittai Goranga, 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 Nittai Goranga. Nittai Goranga Gora Hari, Nittai Goranga Gora Hari, Nittai Goranga Gora Hari, Nittai Goranga Gora Hari. Yes, Sachinandana. Yes, Sachinandana, yes, Sachinandana, yes, Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Sachinandana, yes, Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Gauri, Sachinandana Gora Hari, Jaya Sachinandana Hari, Jaya Sachinandana Gora Hari, Nittai 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 Goranga, Nittai 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 Goranga, Nittai 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 Goranga, Nittai 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 Goranga, Nittai Goranga, Gora Hari, Nittai Goranga, Gora Hari, Nittai Goranga, Gora Hari, Nittai Goranga, Gora Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Nittai Gaur, Hare Bo, Nittai Gaur, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Nittai Gaur, Nittai Gaur, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Nittai Gaur, Hare Bo, Nittai Gaur, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Nittai Gaur, Hare Bo, Jaya. Jaya Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Radhe 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 Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe. Jaya Shri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Pavarikacharya Satara Sada Shishimana Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anantakoti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Premsika Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Jai Radha Krishna Gopa Gopana Shai Mukunda Radha Kunda Giri Gaurana Ki Jai. Brindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki. Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki. Harinam Sankirtan Ki. Brihat Madanga Ki. Sri Nityananda Trayodasi Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Oops. The two lords, Nitai Gaurachandra, Lord Nitai and Lord Chaitanya, are very merciful. They are the essence of all incarnations, and their specific significance is that by prosecuting their way of self-realization is simply joyful, for they introduce chanting and dancing. My dear brother, I request that you just worship Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda with firm faith and conviction. If one gives up sense gratification to be Krishna conscious by this process, one is sure to reach the desired goal. One simply has to chant Hare Krishna, Hare, without any sense-gratifying motive. My dear brother, you just try and examine this. Within the three worlds, there is no one like Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, because their merciful qualities are so great that they make even birds and beasts cry. What to speak of human beings? Even stone will melt at the chanting. My dear mind, you are entrapped in sense gratification and have no attraction for chanting Hare Krishna. Since you have no attraction for the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, what can I say? I can simply think of my misfortune. Chaitodarpanam arjanam Kairavya Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipanam Purnamrita Swaranam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahudan Nija Sarva Shakti Tatrapita Niyamita Smaranena Kala Etadrishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishami Hajjanina Anuraga Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Suhishuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye, mama janmani janmani ishvare, bhavatat bhaktir ahoitaki twai, ainanda tanuja kinkaram, patitam mam vishamebavam buddha, kripayata vapada pankaja, stita duli sajashim vachintaya, nayanam galadishu daraya, vadanam gadgarudaya gira, pulakarnishitam vapukada, tavanamagrahane bhavishyati, yugayatam nimishena, chakshusha pravashayatam, shunayatam jagat sarvam govindam virahena me. Safe travels. Astumam adarshanam marmahata karotuva yatatava vidadatu lampato mat prananatastusa eva napara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar. We are always anxious. Oh, my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you've invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh, my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate I have no attraction for them. Oh, one should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your